Have you ever stopped to think about the darker sides of your personality? The hidden parts of yourself that you might not even want to admit exist? Welcome to today's video, where we're diving deep into a concept that many avoid discussing: the shadow. Introduced by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, the shadow represents everything we repress, deny, or hide within ourselves. It's a part of every one of us, even those we consider the most enlightened. And just like light casts a shadow, the brighter the light, the darker the shadow. But what if I told you that facing your shadow can unlock profound growth and self-awareness? Today, we'll explore how embracing your shadow can lead to a richer, more authentic life. Ready to uncover what's hiding beneath the surface? Let's begin. The shadow is an inherent part of our personality, a concept developed by Carl Jung, who suggested that every human psyche has two primary aspects: the persona and the shadow. While the persona represents the social mask we wear to interact with the world, the shadow houses all the traits, emotions, and desires we suppress or deny. It includes everything we find unacceptable about ourselves: our fears, insecurities, hidden desires, and even our untapped potential. It's not inherently negative, but it is hidden, and because of this, it holds immense power over us when left unexamined. Let's consider how the shadow is formed. From childhood, we are conditioned to behave in ways that are acceptable to those around us. When we show traits that are criticized or discouraged, we begin to push them away, hiding them deep within ourselves. Over time, these rejected aspects don't disappear. They form the shadow. For example, a child who is told not to cry might suppress their emotional side, growing up to become someone who struggles to express vulnerability. Or someone praised for being nice might push aside their assertive traits, finding it hard to set boundaries as an adult. These patterns become ingrained, and we often fail to notice how they shape our lives. The shadow isn't just personal. It also encompasses collective aspects influenced by societal norms. Traits that society deems unacceptable, such as anger, ambition, or sensuality, can become shadow aspects for many people. When these traits are repressed, they can manifest in unhealthy ways, such as sudden outbursts, self-sabotage, or an inability to connect with others authentically. By not acknowledging these parts of ourselves, we give them control over us. The key to breaking this cycle is awareness. Facing the shadow can be uncomfortable. It means confronting parts of ourselves we'd rather ignore or deny. But here's the truth: ignoring the shadow doesn't make it go away. In fact, it can grow stronger, influencing our behavior in subtle but significant ways. Think of it as a part of you that's calling out for attention. The more you ignore it, the louder it becomes. When you finally face it, you begin to understand its role and how it can be integrated into your life. Integration is the process of bringing your shadow into the light. It's not about eliminating the shadow. It's about understanding and accepting it. When we integrate the shadow, we reclaim parts of ourselves that we've disowned. This process can lead to greater self-awareness, emotional balance, and a more authentic life. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming whole. But how do you begin this journey? The first step is to recognize that you have a shadow. Everyone does. Start by observing your reactions to others. Often, the traits we dislike or condemn in others are reflections of our shadow. For instance, if you find yourself judging someone for being arrogant, it might be because you've suppressed your own confidence or assertiveness. This phenomenon is called projection, where we project our shadow traits onto others, making it easier to criticize them instead of facing them within ourselves. Journaling is another powerful tool for shadow work. Take some time to write down your thoughts, feelings, and reactions without judgment. Ask yourself questions like, what traits in others irritate me the most? Or, what am I most afraid of others discovering about me? Writing these down can help you identify patterns and uncover hidden aspects of your shadow. Another method is to pay attention to recurring emotions or situations in your life. Do you often feel anger, jealousy, or fear? Do you find yourself in similar conflicts or struggles repeatedly? These are clues that your shadow is at play. Instead of dismissing these emotions or blaming external circumstances, reflect on what they reveal about you. For example, constant frustration might indicate suppressed desires or unmet needs. Acknowledging these feelings is the first step toward understanding them. Shadow work also involves practicing self-compassion. As you uncover parts of your shadow, resist the urge to judge yourself harshly. Remember, these traits developed as coping mechanisms or responses to your environment. They are not inherently bad. They are simply parts of you that need healing and attention. By showing yourself kindness and understanding, you create a safe space for growth and transformation. Another crucial aspect of shadow work is understanding the role of the shadow in your relationships. Often, unresolved shadow aspects can create tension or misunderstandings with others. For example, someone who represses their need for independence might feel suffocated in a relationship, blaming their partner instead of recognizing their own unmet needs. By addressing your shadow, you can improve your relationships, fostering deeper connections and healthier dynamics. One practical exercise for shadow work is to write a letter to your shadow. Imagine your shadow as a separate entity and address it directly. Ask it questions like, "What are you trying to tell me?" Or, "How can I better understand you?" Then, allow yourself to write freely, letting your shadow respond. This exercise can help you tap into your subconscious and gain insights into your hidden thoughts and feelings. Bringing the shadow into the light doesn't mean acting on every impulse or desire it reveals. Instead, it's about understanding where these impulses come from and finding healthy ways to express them. For instance, if you discover a suppressed desire for creativity, you might explore artistic outlets instead of feeling frustrated or unfulfilled. Similarly, acknowledging suppressed anger doesn't mean lashing out. It means finding constructive ways to address conflicts and set boundaries. As you work with your shadow, you'll likely notice changes in how you see yourself and the world. You might feel more balanced, less reactive, and more accepting of yourself and others. This doesn't mean life will suddenly become easy, but it does mean you'll approach challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Shadow work is not a one-time task. It's a lifelong journey. As you grow and evolve, new aspects of your shadow may emerge, offering opportunities for further growth. Embrace this process with curiosity and openness, knowing that each step brings you closer to your authentic self. So, why is shadow work important? Because it liberates you from the chains of denial and repression. It allows you to live more fully, embracing all aspects of yourself, the light and the dark. It's through this integration that you become whole, unlocking your true potential and living a life of greater authenticity and purpose. Understanding and integrating our shadow is not just a psychological exercise. It's a profound journey of self-discovery and transformation. The shadow represents everything we've hidden, denied, or suppressed about ourselves. Qualities, emotions, and desires that, when unexamined, can control our thoughts and actions from the background. By bringing these aspects to light, we take a significant step toward reclaiming our wholeness. As we've explored, the shadow is formed early in life, shaped by societal norms, personal experiences, and the expectations of those around us. These repressed aspects don't disappear. They linger in our subconscious, influencing our relationships, decisions, and self-perception. Recognizing this allows us to stop running from these parts of ourselves and start working with them instead. The first step toward integration is awareness. This requires courage to examine our judgments, face our discomfort, and ask the difficult questions. What do I criticize most in others? What emotions do I avoid? What parts of myself do I hide even from myself? These questions open the door to greater understanding. By observing our projections onto others, we gain valuable insights into our own hidden traits. Shadow work is not about eliminating these aspects, but about embracing them. It's about making peace with the parts of ourselves we've long denied, recognizing their role in our growth, and finding constructive ways to express them. For instance, suppressed anger can become a source of strength when channeled into setting boundaries or advocating for change. Repressed creativity can flourish when given permission to emerge through art, writing, or innovation. Practices like journaling, meditation, and dialogue with the shadow can be transformative tools in this journey. These practices create space for self-reflection and self-expression, helping us navigate the complex terrain of our inner world. They remind us that our shadow is not an enemy, but a teacher, guiding us toward greater self-awareness and authenticity. As we bring our shadow into the light, we begin to notice shifts in our lives. Relationships improve as we stop projecting unresolved issues onto others. We become less reactive, more compassionate, and better equipped to handle challenges. This doesn't mean we eliminate all difficulties, but it does mean we approach them with greater clarity and strength. It's important to remember that shadow work is not a quick fix. It's a continuous process that evolves as we do. Each layer of the shadow we uncover reveals new insights and opportunities for growth. It's a journey that requires patience, commitment, and a willingness to face discomfort. But the rewards, self-acceptance, emotional freedom, and a deeper connection to our true selves are worth the effort. The shadow, like any part of us, seeks acknowledgement and integration. When we ignore it, it can manifest in destructive ways. But when we embrace it, it becomes a source of wisdom and strength. By doing this work, we free ourselves from the constraints of denial and open ourselves to the fullness of who we are. In the end, shadow work is about living a more authentic and balanced life. It's about understanding that we are neither wholly light nor dark, but a blend of both. This duality is what makes us human and what gives us the capacity for growth and transformation. When we accept and integrate our shadow, we step into our power as creators of our own reality, capable of living with greater purpose and joy. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into understanding and integrating the shadow. If today's discussion resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. What part of your shadow are you ready to embrace? What hidden strength or insight is waiting to surface? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on more transformative content like this. I'd also love to hear your thoughts. Share your experiences or questions about shadow work in the comments below. Let's continue this conversation together. Before you go, I've got 2 more videos lined up for you on the end screen. One dives deeper into understanding the archetypes within us, and the other explores how to harness the power of emotional intelligence. Choose the one that speaks to you and keep this journey of self-discovery alive. Remember, growth is a journey, not a destination. Embrace your shadow, honor your light, and take one step closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep shining.